Hey guys, I just wanted to show you what I have planned for tonight. I'm sitting in bed. I am going to be building the rest of my Lego village set that I got. I have this left to build and this, and I've already built two of the buildings that go with this. So I've got these, and then I've also going to start reading Sugar Cookie Murder by Joanne Fluke tonight. I haven't started at all. I believe this is the sixth book in the Hannah Swenson series, but I'm gonna start that because lately I've been reading mostly audio and ebooks. I haven't actually read a physical book in a while until the last two books that I've completed were physical books, and I forgot how much I enjoyed reading physical books, so I'm really excited for that. So I'm going to be doing that. And then also at 8:30, I'm going to watch Hometown. It's one of my favorite shows. Here's all the Lego bags and everything. And then I'm also going to work on my cross stitch. I am almost finished it, but I ran out of some of these colors right here actually. They didn't include enough, so there's that. So that's what I plan on doing tonight. Tomorrow I've got a whole video, excuse my foot there in the background, but I have a whole video. That one's from Scentsy, the top one's from Booktopia, because I got a huge Scentsy haul that I want to share with you guys as well. So I'm going to work on this and I will update you a little later when I'm further along in the Lego building process. So I will catch you guys later. Bye! I wanted to quickly update you. I'm sitting in bed at the moment. It is like 6:30 at night. It's Sunday night, and I am starting a new project. So I've got this yarn here. The ball looks weird because I squashed the crap out of it to find the end. So I've got the end here, and the yarn I'm using is Carnival from Hobie. It is in the color number 14, and I was on my way home from work this afternoon, and sorry if you can hear that noise in the background, it is a bus. But we had rail buses this weekend, and if you don't know what that means, it means that, excuse me, the particular train line that I catch on the weekends was closed due to track work and maintenance, and so they replaced all of the trains with buses. And so I was on the rail bus this afternoon coming home from work, and there was a lady sitting next to me crocheting. And I'm like one of those awkward people in public where I can't just ask a random person a question, but I really, really wanted to know what the yarn was that she was using because it was so pretty. It was very colorful, like this yarn. And she was just happily crocheting away, and then I realized I had yarn at home very similar colorway, and it was this one. I actually have two of these. And so yeah, like I said, it's this one. I got this out of one of their mystery packs from Hobie, and I was like, you know what, I really want to do something with that yarn. So I am going to be crocheting. I'm going to be using my Prim ergonomic hook. This is a 4.5 mil. I don't know what size that is in American, but it's a 4.5. I love these hooks. These hooks are really, really great. I like how sturdy they are to use. These are so comfortable. I need to get more of these. I love them. So I am going to start working on this. I'm going to be making a um bubble stitch shawl. So I'm really, really excited to work on that. So I'm gonna sit in bed in the aircon and watch some YouTube and do that. I literally have so many projects on the go, but I can't help myself because I just like I see these new projects all the time and I was like, yes, I'm so excited. I want to start that. So that's just my brain. It's just all over all over the place. But yeah, so I'm gonna start that. The colors in this are so beautiful. Like, look at that. So gorgeous. So, cannot wait to start seeing that work up and how this is going to turn out. I think it's going to be beautiful. But anyway, guys, I will update you a little bit later. Bye. Okay, guys, I wanted to show you how far I've come. First off, though, I found this pattern online to do this beautiful crochet shawl that I would thought like that I thought would look great because of the like variegation in the yarn, and it's such a great beautiful looking pattern. However, when I started working up the pattern, I feel like this pattern has never been tested or proofread, because when I was following the instructions to the T, it did not work. It would be like two double crochets in the first stitch, then double crochet 7 stitches, and then chain 2, and then turn to like go to the next row. But then there'd be like 2 stitches still left over. And I was like, I haven't even finished the row, but I did the exact thing the instructions said to do. So in the end, I scrapped it. I kept the basic construction of how I wanted it to look based on the picture, and I just figured it out myself. I did the math myself. So this is now my own stuff I'm just working on. And I love how this is coming out. So you have 3 rows of double crochet. You've got this kind of like window stitch, a bobble stitch, and then you go you go 3 rows of double crochet, a window stitch row, then a row of double crochet, a row of bubble, and then 3 rows of double crochet, window, double crochet, bubble, and then so forth and so forth. And so you just continue on. So you have a bubble row there, a bubble row here, and then I'm about to start the next bubble row. I'm loving how this looks, by the way. This is going to be a gift as well for someone. I know I randomly just, these things pop in my head. I had no intention of doing anything like this until this afternoon, coming home on the bus. But now it's going to be a gift for someone, and I'm loving how it's turned out. I have a notebook next to me that I always like to keep to do like notes and stuff like that. And then I have snacks because snacks. But also, can we talk about how small these have gotten? Like, what the hell is that, Cadbury? Why is this so tiny? Seriously. But these are my favorite. I love them. So that's what I'm working on, and I'm about to put some YouTube videos on and watch some YouTube while I work on this beautiful, beautiful shawl. I'm so excited, and I feel like the person that I'm making this for is going to absolutely love this. But this is gorgeous yarn. I have 2 balls of this. I've got the one I'm working on now and then one more. And then I feel like in the new year, I'm going to have to buy some more of this yarn because this yarn is beautiful. It's the Carnival, like I said earlier. I will say though, you can see this does have a bit of a halo. And because I had to frog this twice because the instructions didn't work out, I'm just going to say it was a bitch to frog. Because of that halo, it sticks to itself. So just keep that in mind. It's beautiful to crochet with though. It's absolutely beautiful. I would actually love to knit with this as well to see what this would turn out knitted. But this is so soft and just, oh, I love it. I seriously, seriously love this. So yes. So anyway, guys, I'm going to leave you here and get crocheting on some more, and see how much I get done. This works up so fast, you guys, like really fast. So yeah. So anyway, guys, I'm going to chat to you guys later. Bye. Hey guys, so it is Wednesday afternoon. It is I think it's the 9th today of November. I honestly can't remember. It's been a week, you guys, and it's only Wednesday. But my week start, like the beginning of my work week is a Sunday, so I'm already like through my week. But it's Wednesday afternoon. It's a beautiful day. I am sitting in bed at the moment because I'm going to be working on some stuff and I wanted to show you. So I downloaded this pattern here. It's a free pattern. It's called the Harlequin Shawl. And so on Sunday, I was coming home from work on the bus, and the lady sitting next to me was crocheting, and she was using this beautiful yarn. But I am a very introverted person, and I just didn't have the balls to ask her what the yarn was. But it made me think, oh, I have yarn at home that's kind of a similar look and softness to it. Now I want to make something. And so I went home and I raided my stash, and I did. I have this one here. This is being caked up. I've already caked it. The cake is starting to fall apart a bit because I'm using it. But this is the second bowl I am on. It's called Carnival from Hobie. This is in the colorway number 14. I can't remember the name of it because on the ball band it only has the color number, but on the website it has both the number and the name. But this is color 14, and this is the yarn that I had that was very close to the texture and everything of what the lady on the bus had. So I was like, yes, I'm using this. And then let me just move some stuff so I can show you. I picked a pattern, and this is it here. It is a shawl. Like I said, it's beautiful, and it's working up so nice. Like, oh, I love it. So it's a bubble shawl. So it's got little rows of bubbles all the way through, which I think is really precious. This is going to be for a friend for a Christmas present. Because I decided that I'm going to be making a few of my friends and family Christmas presents this year. So this is going to be one of them, and I just love the color combination. It is so beautiful, you guys. Like, this looks so gorgeous, and I've been really enjoying working with this yarn. It is kind of like a roving style yarn. It does go a little bit thicker and thinner. It does have a halo on this, as you can see. You can see the halo on this, but it's so soft and beautiful, and I'm loving it, you guys. So that is what I'm working on, and then this is the hook I'm using. This is my Prim ergonomic hook in a 4.5 mil, and I love these. I love the handles on these. The grips are really comfortable for me to use because I do get pain in my hands sometimes, and these really help with that. I need to buy more hooks like this because I love them and I never have enough for my projects. So there's that. That's what I'm going to do. And then I think I'm going to pick a new audiobook to listen to. I don't know what yet because I haven't got one on the go at the moment, but I think I'm going to pick one and listen to an audiobook. And then I also got some snacks in my little Ray Santa container. These are just a little snack size chocolates, and then I have my usual tumbler filled with water as well. So that's what I've been working on, but I was just really excited to show you guys this because I love how this comes out. The only thing I will say is this is a free pattern. I just the pattern you get on their website, it comes with ads. So I've just printed off without the ads so that I could actually, because I like to write on my patterns as I go to make like notes and stuff. But I will say, I think it's this row that I've underlined. This is where everything goes wrong. So up the top, the measurements are completely fine, like the instructions are completely fine and it works fine until you get to row 7, and then that's where everything turns to hell. Because you've got 2 double crochets in the same stitch, then you double crochet, it says to double crochet 7 and then chain 2. But if you follow 2 double crochets and then 7 double crochets and then chain 2, you still have 2 stitches before you finish the row. So I've had to adjust then from there all the way down to every row. So yeah, there's that. So I don't know if that pattern's ever been tested or not because there's definitely some mistakes in there. It's fine. I just adjust myself as I go along. I'm guessing like because I do have to adjust a little bit as I go along, it's not as straight as it probably could be because one side, which is this side, is supposed to be straight, and then this side is supposed to be like a triangle. It's a little bit cattywampus. But once I block that, that should fix itself. But I still love it. Like I love it. I love it so much. So like I said, I'm on to my second ball of yarn. Second one. Each ball is 100 grams. I use the entirety of the 100 grams ones of the first one. Now I'm on to the second one, and I have a feeling I might have to order a third one because I only had 2 on hand. But yeah, it is what it is. There's not much I can do about that, but it's beautiful. It's just crochet just uses more yarn than knitting does. Like you use so much more yarn when you crochet for one stitch than you do for knitting, because if you're not a crochet, I'm going to quickly show you something. This here where my finger is, that is 1 stitch. Now can you see how much yarn is in that stitch? There is like about 3 to 4 loops of yarn in 1 stitch there. That would literally, if I was to knit with that amount of yarn, I could probably knit from the end all the way to about here with 1 crochet stitch. So that just kind of gives you an idea of how much yarn you actually use when you crochet. You use a lot more. But that's okay. It's still beautiful. So yes. So anyway guys, I'm gonna leave it here because I want to get onto doing this, and I will update you guys later. Bye. Hey guys, so it is Thursday afternoon. It is the 10th of November, I think. I'm honestly losing my days here. But it is my day off. It's about 3:45 in the afternoon, and I am sitting in bed. I'm excited because I'm going to be working on this stuff. So I'm going to be flipping between this project and this project. So this one is my cross stitch stocking. So I'm going to finish off as much of this as I can, but some of the threads I have run out of, so I cannot finish it completely. but I'm going to finish as much as I can with this one. And then I am working on, let me move my pen out of the road. I'm working on this one, which is a Christmas gift. It just, let me see if I can. So this is what it looks like. It is absolutely beautiful. It is a shawl. I'm so excited for this. I am almost out of yarn though. I do need to order, I only need 200 grams more, but I'm going to order 300, so 3 balls just in case to finish it off. So I'm going to order that soon. So I'm going to do as much of this as I can. I'm really excited for that. So those are the 2 projects I'm working on this afternoon because I really want to get both of these done because like I said, this shawl is actually going to be a Christmas gift for someone, and then the stocking is my stocking. So I would love to be able to use it this year for Christmas. I've got my little redone Santa container, and it's just got these little snack size chocolates in there for some snacks. And then I'm going to be reading 2 books. The first one is this one. I haven't started this one yet. This is the Sugar Cooker. Oh my god, today, seriously, you guys, words just, I can't with words today. So this one is called The Sugar Cookie Murder by Joanne Fluke. I want to say this is I think possibly the 6th or maybe the 7th book. I can't remember. It's either the 6th or the 7th book in the Hannah Swenson murder mystery series, and this is a cozy mystery. This is actually one of my all-time favorite series. I love Joanne Fluke. Her writing is fantastic, and this one is Christmas one, so really excited to start reading this one. And then I will put a picture on the screen somewhere here of the next book I'm reading, but it is a audio book. I think it's called something along the lines of Escape to the Seaside Cottage or Seaside Cafe or Escape to the Seaside or something like that. It is a Heidi Swain book. It's the first book in the, I think it's the Winmouth series. Winmouth. How do you pronounce it? W-Y-N and then mouth? Winmouth? I don't know. It's in England, put it that way. It's the first book in the series. I'm actually really enjoying it. Super cute. I started that, was it yesterday or the day before? I think the day before I started it. I think I started on Tuesday. But it's really, really cute, you guys. So it is about our main character, Tess. She works in a PR firm for her father. Her father owns the firm. And 2 years prior, her mother dies of, I think, a heart attack or something to that effect. This is not giving it away. That happens like literally before the book even begins. But Tess, our main character, jumps straight back into work after her mother dies and like really pushes herself and becomes like a huge workaholic like her father is. And then so for the 2 years after her mother's death, she starts to burn out and realize that she has sacrificed her mental health for work. And so she and her dad also not like mega close either, and her father and her mother's relationship wasn't that great by the end of it because he worked so much. And so her and her father set a date finally 2 years after their mother died to go through their like her mother's stuff. And her father doesn't seem to be like a very loving person or really care too much about his daughter's feelings, or if she's being mentally burnt out, or if she's sick or anything like that. He's got this very um if if you're sick and you go home from work because you're really sick, he kind of looks at you as if you're not working hard enough type of situation. And so he kind of has that mentality for everything in his life, including going through like his wife's stuff. He just doesn't seem to have any like empathy or emotion about it. And so he gives a bunch of boxes of his wife's stuff to his daughter to take home for her to go through. And Tess finds her mother's journal and finds out some really sad and disturbing things about her mother and her father, and it kind of sets her off and kind of triggers like a almost like a mental breakdown, and she decides, nope, that's it, I'm done, I'm taking a holiday whether my father likes it or not. And she just packs up and just leaves and goes on holiday to wrap her head around what she's read in her mother's diaries type of situation. That's kind of as far as I've gotten. Now, this is a romance, by the way. So there is a romance in this, but I haven't got that far. But so far, I'm really, really enjoying it. I see this is actually, I think, possibly the first Heidi Swain I've ever read, which is like so bizarre to me because like she has so many books and they're all up my alley. So, yeah. But anyway, so that is kind of my plan. I'm going to be flicking through both this book and the audio, and then the shawl and the cross stitch. So that is what I'm going to be working on this afternoon, and I will update you guys later with what I get up to. Anyway, guys, I will chat to you later. Bye! Guys, so it is Friday and I am back in bed again. Look, let's be real here. You'll see me in this bed a lot because this is my comfy place. This is where it's cozy, it's got the air conditioning, and I love sitting in bed and crafting. So yesterday I was actually working on my Santa's truck cross stitch stocking. I really can't go too much further with that one because they did not provide enough embroidery thread for me to finish that. So now I've got to go out and buy some more. And then I ran out of yarn for the shawl I'm crocheting. So I can't continue on with that either. I have ordered I think 4 more skeins of yarn for that. I don't think I need 4, but I ordered 4 just to be safe. So there's that. I do have a sock on the go, but I don't really want to work on that right this second. I have lots of projects on the go. I also have a stocking that I'm currently knitting as well as a gift. I've been working on that on and off, but I'm just not in the mood to do that right now. But back in, what was it? I think the end of July or the beginning of August, I bought this. This is a cross stitch pattern I bought off of Etsy. I believe the store name is, oh, here we are, Happy Little Mouse. That's where I bought it from. So this is a paid for pattern, and this is the one I'm going to work on. So this is going to be the Stegosaurus skeleton. I did buy this in a set of 3. There's also the Tyrannosaurus and the Velociraptor, and I actually noticed, I went on her store about a week ago and I noticed she has another dinosaur set that she's just released not that long ago, so I'm going to buy that after Christmas. But I'm going to start this one today, and I've got this fabric. It is black. I don't know how well it's going to come up on camera, but it is black. This is an even weave. I have never used even weave before, so this is going to be the first time I'm trying this. We'll see how we go with that. And I've got all of my threads. This is not all the threads for this, but this is all the threads for all three, um, all three skeleton ones, and then it was also thread in here left over from the Halloween one that I did. But these are the threads. I've also got my tools here, so scissors, tape measure, um, bobbin cards. These are the leftovers as well from the Halloween one, but some of the colors from Halloween will also be used in here. And then I've just got, I don't know why I have two pencils. I'm guessing there was two in the case I keep all the stuff in. I like to use these mechanical pencils. These mechanical pencils are so good to write with when you don't have a hard surface to write on, whereas a normal pencil you kind of need a little bit of a harder surface. So that's what I'm going to be working on. This is quite a large piece of fabric, so I am going to have to cut this down to size, so I'm going to have to do some measuring just to, you know, make sure. And that's what I'm actually going to do today. And then I am also going to watch over on Binge. I don't know if Binge is in any other country, but it's a streaming platform here in Australia at least. They have I can't even think of the name of the show now, but I love like the quirky, like paranormal alien investigation typed documentary typed situations going on, and they have one on there about Alaska and the Alaskan Triangle, and that they believe like that there is an alien base inside, like deep inside Mount Hayes in Alaska, and then like the Bigfoot situation going on in Alaska. And I love, 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 love watching those types of shows because they are just so, like, just fun to watch. And I noticed there was one on Binge last night, and it was like I said, set in the Alaskan Triangle. And I was like, yes, I'm here for it because Alaska is like one of my favorite places. Like, I love Alaska. And so I was like, yes, who doesn't love a bit of Alaska aliens and Bigfoot going on? So that is what I'm gonna watch while I work on this, you guys. And I will update you when I actually start crocheting. Why did I say crocheting? Cross stitching. I always mix those two up. When I start actually cross stitching and I make some progress so you can actually see what I'm doing. But for now, I'm going to leave you guys to it because I need to cut my even weave fabric to size, and I need to concentrate because I'm not that great at this. So anyway, guys, I will chat to you later. Bye! Hey guys, I wanted to quickly do a update on what I have been up to. I will quickly say though, I'm sorry if you can hear kids yelling and screaming carrying on in the background. I live next door to a church and they have some, I don't know, kids group going on next door where the kids are just wild. So sorry if you can hear that. I wanted to quickly show you, I got this new mug from TK Maxx. It says "What the Elf." I love it. It's so cute. It just kind of reminds me of like the actual Elf movie, and in there I just have a pumpkin spice frappuccino that I made for myself. It's the last one I can make for a little while because I ran out of pumpkin spice, and pumpkin spice is not a spice mix that you can just freely buy here in Australia. You can buy obviously all the individual spices to mix it, but I really don't want to do that. I just want to buy it already pre-made and ready. So I'm gonna have to buy that online because I've run out. Um, but I wanted to put it in my What the Elf mug. I've got my straw. I'm sitting in bed. You can see my Christmas sheets. I love them. They're so cute. I got these from TK Maxx as well. And then I'm just going to move my cup for a second so you can see. But this is my Christmas planner that I made last year. It has these super cute little Christmas tree discs on it. I made this cover last year as well. The actual part where it says like sticker sheets and then it's got like the happy planner, that was actually a free printable I found online, but I put all the stickers on this section because this part here comes blank and you can put stickers on it, and then I laminated it. This is my Christmas planner. This is the first time I'm actually looking at it this year, but I need to get into like planning. So I've got that. I've got my Van Gogh fountain pen that I'm going to be using to write in here, and I also have my new candy cane ink in this. It's a kind of like a burgundy red color ink in here, which I'm super excited for. Nate bought me the candy cane ink as a surprise. I came home from work one day and it was sitting on my desk. It was so sweet. So I'm going to be using that. I've also got this little project going. It is spider socks. I will show you what it looks like. If I can find the picture for it. Yeah. It's these spider socks. This was a free pattern I got off of a Ravelry. And I know we are well into November, but I decided I wanted to knit them, so I am. And this is how far I have gotten on these socks. These are so cute. I love these so much. Like the little, well, actually it's quite large, spider on here is just so cute. And then this is the pattern on the back of the sock. It's kind of like a cable knit pattern, which I love, like a little mini cable going through the entire back part of the sock, and I'm just loving this. It's just so cute. So I'm going to be working on that as well. I've just got a mechanical pencil to take notes on my pattern when I do knitting. And then I think I'm going to, I was going to listen to an audiobook, but I think I might actually watch some movies, maybe Christmas movies. I don't know yet. We'll see. I'm not entirely sure what I'm in the mood for, but that is what I'm doing. And I will update you a little bit later on the books that I've been reading and my progress with that. But for now, I just wanted to show you that this is what I'm working on. I forget what the color of this yarn is. I will have to look in my knitting records to remember what the color is, but I know that this particular colorway is no longer available. It was a Outlander colorway from, oh, what is it, Ruby Fox Yarns, I think it was called, the company I got this from. But yeah, I just can't remember the colorway. It's something to do with Outlander, put it that way. So yes. So anyway, guys, I am going to chat to you guys later. Bye! There's a vlog with the books that I read. Sorry if I look like a hot mess. I am a hot mess. It's hot and I just finished work and came home. So there's that. I might even have mascara smudged under my eyes. Like it's like that. It's been one of those days. But I have 13 minutes of battery time left on my camera, so I just wanted to quickly run through what I ended up reading. I didn't end up finishing the Fox and Wood readathon because I got sick, unfortunately, but that's okay. It is what it is. I did finish, oh, let me quickly see. I'm completely blanking on the other book I finished. I can't remember. But basically, I finished this book. This one is Magic and Macaroons by Bailey Cates. It is this book here. This is one of my favorite cozy mystery series. I love this series. It is so cute. I want to say this is the 5th book in the series. I think it's the 5th one. So this is the Magical Bakery Mystery Series. And this one is about Katie Lightfoot. Katie Lightfoot is a hedge witch, or a, is it hedge witch?
yeah, she's a hedge witch. And essentially, she lives in Savannah and she runs the Honeybee Bakery with her aunt. And one night during her magical book club, if you will, with her coven, some girl comes bashing on her door at the bakery, asking for Katie, and she collapses on the ground and ends up in a coma. And um, she, before she collapses, she says about um, like trying to find the voodoo queen, and that there is a talisman that needs to be found because it's lost. And in one of the previous books, I think it was the first or second book, you have a detective, Quinn, who has left the force and is now a like private investigator, and he is trying to track down this person who is dealing with voodoo and human sacrifices. And sadly, Detective Quinn is dead. He does get murdered as a human sacrifice in a voodoo ritual. And this one is just, I love it. Like, obviously, there's death in this, but I just really love the like atmosphere that these books really create. And I love Katie. Katie is a very strong sort of like just strong and like I'm trying to think of the word. I don't want it's not courageous. I don't well, I guess kind of creative. She's like strong, creative. She's like friendly and kind, and she's just a really sort of like caring person, and she does really want to help people where she can. Also, she wants to help people with her magic, but also get better at being a hedge witch because she is new to it. She didn't know that she was a witch until later on in life. So this is essentially about that, and about her finding the voodoo queen who killed her friend Detective Quinn, and who put Quinn's niece into a coma, which was also caused by voodoo. And I really, really enjoyed reading this book. It was such a fun, cozy read for that. The next book I finished was The Book Eaters. I'll put a picture of it on the screen here somewhere because I did listen to that via audio. I think the author's name is Sunny Dean. I can't remember. I apologize off the top of my head. But essentially, the book eaters are. I honestly can't even remember our main character's name. If you guys are new to my channel, I do suffer slightly from short-term memory loss. So my brain just dumps stuff at a crazy rate. So I don't remember a lot of things all the time. But our main character is a female, and she was born into one of the six book eater families, and kind of, I guess, kind of a little bit like royalty, if you will. And they are not humans. They look like humans. They're not humans. They eat books. That is how they survive. They eat books. And female book eaters are very, very rare, and so they're not born very often. So the female book eaters are kind of put up on a pedestal. They're treated kind of almost like princesses, but not in a good way. They are married off constantly between the six book eater families, and they are forced into marriages even if they don't want to be, and they also are made to have children to continue on the book eater line. And Katie, I was going to say Katie then. Katie's from the previous book, but our main female from the book eaters, she has her very first child actually is a little girl, which is incredible. She's had a female child, which is very rare. And at the age of 3, when the child turns 3 in a book eater family, the mother is taken away and returned back to the family, and then the kid is raised by the father and their family and never sees the mother ever again. And our main character decided no, she didn't want that. She wanted to raise her child. That was her child. She loved her child, and she didn't want her child to be taken away from her. but she gets tricked and drugged and taken away from her child, and she can't see her daughter. And then she gets basically blackmailed and set by the child's father, and the child's father says, if you don't go back to your family and then remarry again and do your duty of having another child, then I won't let you see your daughter. Now, a book eater female can only have 2 children. If they're really lucky, 3 at max, and then after that, they suffer infertility. So she believes that the only way to be able to see her daughter is to suffer through another marriage and have another child. And when she does, her second child is a boy. And her little boy is born with I guess you could say, a genetic disability. And he is not a book eater. He is born with a tubular long tongue instead of a normal tongue. And instead of having book eater fangs that, retract down so that you can eat books, he actually eats minds. And he is a mind eater. And a mind eater is very dangerous because it means they end up killing people. And so the father of her son is very abusive, doesn't want the son, doesn't want to look after him, and he wants to get rid of him to the Knights. And the Knights are a group of book eaters that protect the 6 book eater families, but also help to arrange the marriages so that there's no interbreeding between families, so that their genetics aren't too messed up. And then whenever a mind eater is born, the mind eaters are supposed to go to the Knights, and then the Knights turn them into what they call dragons, and then they use kind of like weapons. Except for, again, our main character was like, nope, this is my son. I am not giving him up just because he's a mind eater. And she goes on the run to help protect her son and do what she needs to do to be able to get these kind of like a drug to help him not be a mind eater and only eat books. I can't really go into too much detail without giving it away because this is considered, I guess, kind of like a thriller. It was an incredibly interesting book. I really loved the premise of this book. I've never read anything like this about mind eating and book eating, and it was really, really intriguing. It was a very kind of sexist book because of the way that female book eaters are treated. And there is abuse in this book as well. And there is also human trafficking in this book as well. One of the 6 book eater families traffics humans. So there's like that in there. But it was a really interesting book because I've just never read anything like that about a race that's not human but looks human, that eats books, that's their food source. Like, it's really, really interesting. It was a really good book. I really enjoyed it. And I do highly recommend listening to it on audio. I think if I was to read it physically, I probably wouldn't have enjoyed it as much. But I think listening to the audio, like, it was really what held me kind of, wanting more of this book. So there's that one. And then the last book I finished, I did not finish this on the 31st of October like I had planned because, like I said, I got sick, but I did finish it the day after. And that is Last Chance Books by Kelsey Rodke. And it's this adorable book here. The cover is just so cute. That's what got me was the cover when I bought this. But this one was, it was a cute, enemies to lovers kind of trope. There were parts of this book that did irritate me a little bit, but I also had to remember that, excuse my yawning, I'm so tired, that our 2 main characters in this book, which is Madeline and Jasper, so Madeline Moore and Jasper Hamada, are only teenagers. They're going to university or college, whatever you call it in America. So they're only teenagers. So they're about 18 or 19 years old. And basically, Madeline works in Books and More, and it is a indie bookstore that is owned by her aunt. And then Jasper's family opened up Prologue Books across the road from their bookstore, and Prologue Books would be kind of similar to like a Barnes and Noble. And so, because that's happened, Prologue is essentially putting Books and More out of business. Unfortunately, that does happen in real life as well with a lot of indie bookstores. These big ones come along and just wipe them out. And Madeline and Jasper kind of go into like a war with each other to try and put each other's bookstores out of business. And then Madeline is working really, really hard to try and save her family's bookstore, because she wants nothing more than to be the manager of this bookstore, and that was what her life was going to be. She was going to work in this bookstore. She never wanted to go to college at all, but her aunt kind of forced her into it. And then throughout this, they both like pull pranks on each other and all that sort of stuff. But like you can kind of see that they both have feelings for one another as well, which kind of I guess makes their hatred for one another a little bit more intense, because like they have feelings for each other, but they want to hate each other as well. I loved it. It was a really, really cute book. There were a couple of things that annoyed me in this book, one of which was Madeline's mother. Madeline lives with her aunt, and so does Madeline's younger brother, Benny. Lives with their aunt because her mother, like their mother, just like up and left them. Was like, peace out. I'm gonna go be an actress in California or wherever, and my sister's gonna look after you guys. And then Madeline has a different father to her brother Benny. And Madeline's father also was like, peace, I'm out, took off when she was a baby or whatever. And then Benny's father is still in the picture and actually helped their aunt Astrid raise both Benny and Madeline, even though Madeline wasn't his. And then their mother just kind of turns up one day and was like, oh, I'm really sorry, like I pieced out on you and I've never been there your entire lives, but I've decided I want to be a mum now, so you're just going to have to accept that. And the aunt also kind of really forced that on, especially Madeline. Madeline, I think, had a lot of issues with that, the most, because she's the oldest. And like the aunt and the mother really tried to force the mother back onto Madeline. And I thought that was actually really shitty because, first off, Madeline is about 18 or 19 years old, and for her entire life, her mother has never been there. She didn't care enough to want to be there. And then just turns up all of a sudden, was like, I'm your mom. Like, you need to call me mom and like treat me like a mom. And the aunt was a bit like that as well. And I thought it was actually really disrespectful to Madeline and to Benny, because it was like, I'm sorry, you cannot put your children through all of that hurt and loss and pain and torment of you not caring enough to want to be in their lives for their entire lives, and then one day turn up and be like, I'm your mother, love me. That's not how this shit works. And that kind of irked me a bit because if you haven't been on my channel for a long time, I am a child of divorce. My parents' divorce was very messy, and there was domestic violence involved in my parents' divorce. And my father has not been in my life for most of my life, actually, since I was about 12. I'm 33.